Following video is brought to you by the Boston Sports Entertainment Network. Please consider liking and subscribing for more Boston sports content.
The red, white, and blue. I can't lose with the red, white, and blue. My whole crew is the red, white, and blue. I represent the stars and stripes. I am a patriot, a true American. I am a champion, yes, and that's on everything. I will protect my home. I will defend, fighting tooth and nail to the bitter end. I don't play to lose, nah, I play to win. Rain, sleet, or snow in New England. What? Let me say it again. I play to win. What it is tradition. I'm in the game, playing like Brady. 10 soldiers deep in the field, no Navy. Riding for my soldiers and they riding for me. No matter where I touch down, it's a TD. 2 hands up, yep. Field goal.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pat's Nation Nightly. My name is Zach Ventola, joined as always by Ben Belford Peltzman. We have a lot of news to get into about the NFL trade deadline.
Not about the New England Patriots.
Not about the New England Patriots. I didn't say that, but about the NFL deadline, especially in the division with one specific team that hasn't been looking so hot. But I mean, Ben, you're the analyst. You can start it off wherever you want. Before that, actually, how are you doing though? How are you doing tonight? Sorry, I'm a little bit rusty. How are you doing tonight?
No, I'm doing fantastic. You know what I just realized here is this is episode 50, halfway to 100. You know,
it is.
Look,
2 years in.
so,
2 years in the making.
Feeling extra special tonight, but yeah. So the trade deadline came and gone. The Patriots made one move today, signing Brendan Rice, who, if you guys have been paying attention to us for the last 2 years, we covered him at the Senior Bowl, and I actually quite liked him. It is a sign, I do want to say just a little bit, not a huge sign. Maybe Kayshon Boutte, maybe he'll be out for a few weeks. There's no point in rushing it, especially if you're not going to come back against Tampa. There's absolutely no point in rushing it against the New York Jets on Thursday Night Football. Like, just take the next 2 weeks off. You know what I mean? You got the bye week kind of approaching next month. So just like, maybe that was a small implication, but also the Patriots did have a lot of pre-draft interest in Brendan Rice. I distinctly remember them having a lot of interest in him, almost actually getting drafted by the Patriots because he fell so much. He ended up getting drafted by Los Angeles, but the Patriots definitely were open to drafting him. So besides that, they've made no other moves today. I know for a fact they were calling about other teams, and I don't be tweeting like the Tony Pollard. So I had a Tony Pollard tweet that I was like, I'd be very surprised. I don't do that a lot, okay? I like to think of myself as not an aggregator. Like if I'm posting something, I'm not just posting it to post it. Like there is substance to it, and there was substance to it. There was substance to that report. Sorry, my camera was all wonky there. There was substance to that report. Now, obviously, I never got it confirmed because Tony Pollard is not a New England Patriot right now, but there was definitely interest there, and I don't know how much it had to do with the Titans not wanting to move on from him or how much it had to do with the Patriots not reaching Tennessee's asking price. I don't know. That's not available right now, but I do know they were interested in him. They were also interested in a bunch of other players around the league in the last few weeks, not just today. Minkah Fitzpatrick comes to mind. Definitely veteran wide receivers from around the league. And another surprise before I hand it off back to you, Zach, is Anthony Jennings staying a Patriot, which kind of needed to happen because if you get rid, they were looking for an edge piece because they don't have the depth at the pass rusher position. If you get rid of Anthony Jennings, then you really don't have depth.
Yeah, no, and it was weird seeing that news from, I believe it was Jordan Schultz, that Jennings would potentially get traded because I don't remember who had reported it before, but I believe there was reports that came out saying he's no longer a trade candidate after teams had called about him in the offseason training camp. earlier on in the season. Going back to Pollard, though, I know you had mentioned two possibilities there of Tennessee not wanting to move him or New England not meeting the asking price. I want to offer a third perspective, one that Mike Giardi, I believe it was, put out there. And it even sounded like Mike Reese hinted at it a little bit in one of his tweets. The Titans, and especially the Titans owner, might not want to deal with Mike Vrabel. And maybe Elliott Wolf and I'm blanking on who the Titans GM is at the moment, but Elliott Wolf and the Titans GM, maybe they were on a path to working out a trade, and then word got out to the owner and put an end to that pretty quickly. Because again, I believe it was Mike Giardi who put out a report saying something similar to that, and I'll try to pull up the exact words of Mike Reese's post as well from today, but it seemed to potentially mirror that same sentiment. I don't want to put words into his mouth, but he did say, sorry.
No, you're good. While you're finding that, I will say Mike Reese, when he replied to that like random guy a few days ago, I like low key was like, okay, you know what? Maybe the Patriots are not getting running back.
Yeah.
Because there's no like when Reese replies, it's like serious. But yeah, Ricky Scoops again didn't get another.
So Mike Reese said in his tweet, one of his tweets today, of the trades made across the NFL, the main one that made me wonder if it could have been a fit for the Patriots was Titans edge rusher Draymond Jones to the Ravens, blah, blah, blah. But not convinced Titans would have entertained talks with New England on any player. Why not? You're not a division rival. The Titans aren't a contender right now. Again, not to put words in Mike Reese's mouth, but that kind of makes it sound like one thing.
Be careful now, or he might be commenting.
I know. No, because I don't want to put words into anybody's mouth, but that makes it sound like one thing. And to me, it seems like the Titans owner may have potentially stepped in and said, you're not going to help out Mike Vrabel no matter what. Which
is kind of absurd. I mean, if we're talking about it, it's
yes, yeah, yeah.
My bad. So the Patriots kept Anthony, didn't end up dealing anyone else. And when you look at a team like the Jets, who had a huge file sale. I mean, that is the definition of. I mean, I don't want to say rebuilding.
You get an all-pro.
They've been rebuilding as long as I've been alive, but like, what's like a below a rebuild? They're like tearing it down. They're tearing it all down,
Yeah.
So the first thing to come from that is Sauce Gardner no longer being in the division. Now everyone is like yippee, like Sauce Gardner is no longer in the division. But two things. One, my hope is that thank you, Los Talks Pats. I appreciate it, Carlos. But one of the issues is I'm hoping the Patriots get to face Sauce Gardner this season in the AFC Championship game or in like a playoff game, So that's one thing. Two, the Jets getting rid of all these players are one thing, but they just I think they have 5 first-round picks now. Like, it's absurd. Like, they're going to completely build up the next 2 years. So it's like
Kyler Murray, welcome to New York.
Facts. I mean, like it's inevitable at this point.
I think it's gonna happen.
But I think a lot of things are gonna happen with that team. But again, who's running it? Like Woody Johnson. He almost needs to sell the
what's
team.
His son's name? Is it Brick? Isn't it like something?
The 13-year-old who was on the phone at like
is it Brick Johnson? Is that his name? Am I making that up?
You might be making that up. You might be pulling it with that one. But either way, the Jets sold a lot, and
it is Brick.
Wow, good. That is good. Sorry. That is great ball knowledge. I was gonna say good, but no, that is great ball knowledge right there. Either way, the Patriots, I know it upset the fan base that they didn't make any moves, and you see a team like the Jets making all sorts of moves, even if it's on the other side and the selling, they're still making moves, right? It kind of reminded a lot of Boston fans about the Red Sox. you're doing well on the season, not great, but not poorly, but you don't make any moves. You're not sellers or buyers. And there's a lot happening in the NFL today. And I think it's not an overreaction, but I also think people are just thinking about it too much. If that makes sense. What are your thoughts on the no moves today?
It's tough. I think the Patriots are in just such a weird place right now because, let's be honest, odds are they're not going to win the Super Bowl. I think they could make the AFC Championship, maybe, but that's probably around where their ceiling is, where there are too many holes on this roster to be a Super Bowl contender, just plain and simple. And yes, Drake May has played at an MVP level, but that can only get you so far if the rest of the roster is lacking. So do you really want to give out extra compensation? Because also at the trade deadline, players are going for premiums. It is desperate teams making desperate moves for extra capital, costing extra capital. So do you want to give up a third-round pick for a rental or for a rotational guy, or a fourth and a sixth for a rental or rotational guy? Like, I don't think that's worth it. And rather than doing that, the Patriots should take the rest of the season, evaluate, see, can you make the playoffs? At this point, they're basically guaranteed to 7-2 with a lot of gimmies still left on the schedule. But once you're in the playoffs, or in the regular season, once you play the Bucks this week, once you play the Bills later in the year, the healthier Ravens later in the year, assuming all is good there, how do you play against them? Are those teams that you're competing with still, or are those teams that are on a whole different level than where you are? You figure that out this year. You see how you do in the playoffs. Again, are those other playoff teams on your level? Are they worse? Are they much better? And then you have a plan for this offseason. You have the money. You have the draft capital. You have some potentially expendable players. And honestly, they don't really have anybody on a contract year. There are like 2 players you have to re-sign, and that's about it. After that, it's just getting new guys in the building who can fill the holes. So that should be the Patriots' main priority. And that's why I'm not too upset at the lack of moves at the trade deadline, because this year they're just doing well earlier than they should have been. And they still don't quite know how good of a football team they truly are, because they've just been beating up on bad teams. And yeah, that's hard to do so consistently, but still, how well are you going to consistently play against good teams?
Okay, two things. I really liked how you phrased that last question, because it is still hard to consistently beat up on bad teams. The NFL is a week-to-week league, okay? Like, you see it with the Patriots. That game against the Falcons, they're not winning 2 years ago. That game against the Falcons, They're not winning 3 years ago. They're not winning last year, right? Like, the Patriots are close. I don't want to say close. They're 1 win away from doubling the win total the last 2 years.
Yes.
You know? Like, and it's not even week 10 yet. Like they are playing at an extraordinary good level, even against bad opponents. And by the way, the Falcons defense is not yeah, you allow Drake London to have 3 touchdowns. The Falcons defense is not terrible. Like, they are a good defense, especially a good passing defense.
Great defense. Yes.
Great. Like, not even good. They are a great defense. And Drake May didn't have his best day.
By the way, Drake May's not best day is still one of the best performances this year against that Falcons defense. He outplayed Josh Allen when Josh Allen played that team. He outplayed, I believe, Mahomes played them, or am I making that up? I want to say he did, maybe not. Either way, there are good quarterbacks who've played that Falcons. Baker.
It was Baker. I actually heard I heard Taylor Kyle, some CLNS today, say that the Patriots, Drake May had the most yards against the Falcons that any quarterback has had this season. And yes, you can find a stat for everything, like maybe not the most touchdown, whatever, but he still played well on tape against the Falcons defense. The next thing I said I want to add on that you mentioned is the Patriots have Austin Hooper, Chase on, Tonga, Hawkins, and Gibbons. And besides that, those are the only those are the only unrestricted free agents. Then they have Alex Austin, Tommy DeVito, and that's really it.
Whatever.
Like that.
Isn't Booty restricted? Did you say him? Or is that next year?
No, Booty. No, not
next year.
Next year. So you're I'm always telling this to people, and I've told it, like I've said this a lot in the last month and a half. This is the time to get and spend money because you are not paying Christian Gonzalez. You are not paying Drake May. You're not paying them yet, right? You are eventually going to have to pay them a boatload of money. Put in a full-letter word right there that starts with an S and ends with a T.
Good spell.
Load of money. Okay? You are going to have to pay them a lot of money. And right now you have the option to pay other players that money and kind of make it so that's how you build a successful team, that's how you do it. Now, I am also very worried about the depth of this team, like I've been saying. They don't got a lot of it, and they've been lucky so far that they haven't been hit with any injuries, but I am increasingly worried if they are hit with an injury, what's going to happen, right? Ramondre Stevenson might have I can't even talk right now. He might have a serious toe injury, okay?
Yeah.
If he's gone, Travion Henderson is not a durable enough running back one. He's not. It's just he wasn't that in college. He's not going to be that with the Patriots. You got Terrell Jennings. Sure. Awesome. You got Dearness Johnson on the practice squad. That's great. Who else besides that? What if one of them goes down? And then you look at the receiver room. They're already down Booty right now. So they got Diggs.
Hopefully not for
Douglas.
But yeah.
I know. Hopefully not for long. But I'm just saying, one more goes down. You're slowly creeping in to not having depth. And that's just the receiver room, which I think has the most depth on the team by a little bit. Now you're looking at some the defense, the edge rusher, the safeties, and you're like what is going to happen if injuries happen?
Yeah, I want to just go back for 1 second because this is something random that popped into my head when we were talking about beating up on bad teams and being able to do that consistently. Remember the beginning of 2023 when the Patriots started off by barely losing to the Eagles, barely losing to the Dolphins, barely beating the Jets, and then getting blown out by the Cowboys, going into week 5 at 1-3 against the Saints. And I feel like the sentiment around New England was this Saints game is a must win and it should be an easy win. The Saints aren't good. The Patriots went on to lose that game 34-0. And then they lost the next week to the Raiders. Somehow they beat the Bills after that, but then they got crushed by the Dolphins, lost to the Commanders, lost to the Colts, Giants, Chargers, all while giving up 10 or less points. It's not easy to win, even if you're a bad team. You can lose games while allowing 10 points, while allowing 10 points again, while allowing 6 points, or while playing the Saints, you can lose 34-0. So that's just one thing I had to throw out. It's not easy to win in this league. And even if the Patriots are playing the 2025 Saints and are playing the Browns and are playing soon to play the Jets, wins shouldn't be taken for granted because that is not something that's easy to do week in and week out. especially 6 weeks in a row. Going back to what you said, Ben, about depth, yeah, there's no silver lining there. The Patriots have minimal depth at a lot of positions. Edge rusher, running back, even wide receiver, they have solid depth, but we saw the significant hit that the passing game took with Kayshon Boutte out. That's a guy who, sure, he's a difference maker, but I don't know that we fully knew how much of a difference maker he is. I mean, him going down, the offense looked completely stagnant. Again, good player, not a great player, and yet the offense couldn't do anything without him. So small injuries like this adding up over time, that can definitely kind of put a fork in the road for this season. With that being said, though, have to give credit where credit's due. That Patriots strength and conditioning staff, athletics, there's been barely any injuries for the Patriots this year. So got to give a shout out there because knock on wood.
Can you knock on the wood behind you? Yeah, like behind you.
There you go. But yeah, shout out, as Carlos said, shout out Duran Mayo.
Yes, I was waiting for that. You stole my thunder, man. I was about to say that. I was about. Damn. I was gonna say that. All right, continue.
No, I mean that's all I had.
Remember when there was like people that were like questioning if Duran Mayo was gonna like give Duran Mayo like information on the Patriots? But yeah, that is a good point. So switching topics really quickly because we're probably not going to be able to go live before this Sunday's game, which it's a catastrophe. It is an abomination that this game is at 1 p.m. Like this is this is heinous. This is all the words you could come up with that describes how like unfortunate it is. Good thing is they'll have Jim Nance, they'll have Tony Romo, they'll have Tracy. No,
A-team.
It's the A-team. Everyone will be watching, but can you imagine going from a 1 p.m. like if this game ends up like I don't want to like get everyone excited and then it's like a 17-13 type of game, but if this game ends up like 35-32 and then we go to Thursday Night Football with the Patriots and the Jets and it's like 31-3 like it's just like
I need it.
Like, you know what I mean? But the game is in Tampa. Zach, what exactly are you looking for? What exactly are you looking for in the game?
Be competitive. Again, it's kind of what I said before. How are you going to play against a team that's very good at football? Are you going to play how you did against the Bills and basically outplay them the whole game? Are you going to be kind of more right on par with the Buccaneers? Are you going to be worse? Are you going to be a lot worse? I think last week was a great wake-up call for the Patriots against the Falcons. You really only won that game because Patriots legend John Parker Romo missed a PAT in what should have given the Falcons the lead. And then after that, the Falcons had more opportunities and they just didn't capitalize. So this week is just, again, an evaluation. How can you perform against another very, very good football team? And if you, by the way, yes. That was.
Thank you.
I don't know. It made me believe. I would say the opposite. I would not be a believer in Clapgate. That was
Zach.
stupid,
could you rank really quickly? Not trying to go off topic. Could you rate the gates for me, like the Deflategate?
Like, are we going? We're just like, what are we going in terms of?
Based off of how likely you are that you think that like it actually happened. Like,
all right, Spygate number 1. Spygate, without a doubt. I mean, that's.
But like Clapgate or Deflategate.
See, that's tough.
Maybe
I don't think either of them happened. I guess Deflategate, because also I need to watch it back. But from looking at it very briefly, it doesn't even really look like Jalen Hawkins did like a full like. That would be audible. It looked like he just kind of went like this, like. and again, I need to watch it back. We're going through like the forensics of how to clap your hands right now, but it, yeah. I mean, if your center can't differentiate Michael Penix clapping behind him and Jalen Hawkins 15 yards downfield, he needs to get that checked out. So yeah, Clapgate was stupid. But going back to the Buccaneers game, just be competitive. And if you're not, identify why you're not and try to fix that before the playoffs, because you're going to play probably some better teams than the Buccaneers. And if not similar caliber, but probably better.
Now I have to ask you. Now again, off topic. I know,
I cannot hear you. I don't know if this is a me issue, but
hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know. Again, this is going a little off topic. It's just like you said, competitiveness, and he went away. You still there? Okay. I'm gonna ask. Bill Belichick is coaching this team right now with all the same players, and all the same surrounding coaches. Are they still 7-2? You're gonna have to unmute to like give your answer because you.
My bad. Yeah, thank you.
Mistake.
Sorry, rookie stuff. I don't want to answer that because I think the answer is no.
I was just curious. We both saw him, by the way. We both saw him last week at Syracuse. He picked up his first ACC win. I was just thinking about it. I just had to throw it out. There. But now, okay, going back, we'll comment in the chat what you
shout out to Andrew.
Yeah. shout out to Andrew. Put in the chat ranking the Gates, or if you think Bill Belichick has his team at 7-2 through 9 weeks, like Mike Vrabel does.
See, because for me, it's like this team has been. It's like the power of friendship, man. That's really what it is. Like, on top of being a good team, disciplined, that is a locker room that's together. And Bill Belichick built a culture, but not to the I don't want to say not to the extent of Vrabel, but this year has just felt different for the Patriots locker room culture. So I think I would give the edge to Vrabel on like having a better record with this team. Also, Carlos said we ignored his rankings, so I'll go back to it and I'll put it on the screen as long as it's not anything too stupid. Carlos. Mayogate.
Wait. Go from 4-1. 4-1. So in number 4, he had Clapgate. Number 3, he had Deflategate. Number 2, he had Spygate. Give me a drum roll. Zach. I forgot they could see this.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I had a brain dump there. It's been a long day. I forgot they could see the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's okay, man. We're rusty.
We're rusty. I know is right. We're having fun. It's all good. So Patriots. We won't keep you too much longer here. Give me your prediction, like a player to watch, and your keys to the game. Actually, wait for the prediction. Keys to the game. One player to watch.
Keys to the game. Stop the run because I think Bucky Irving will be back. Actually, don't stop the run because I have Bucky Irving in fantasy, but stop the run because I think Bucky Irving will be back. And let May cook again. Get Travion involved also. They did at the beginning of the game last week. Not more through the air, but pretty significantly through the air, not as significantly on the ground. But like it felt like it kind of tapered off towards the end of the game. But yeah, stop the run, let May cook, let Travion cook. Again, just see what you have in this team. And a player to watch. Who, Ben, can you give your keys and then I'll give a player to watch?
Yeah, I will. My keys to the game is consistency. You've been consistent so far, okay? I'm not talking about turnovers. I'm talking about the overall structure of the offense in particular. Yes, some games have started off slow, but you found your footing. You've never had more than 3 or 4 drives of punt the entire season. You've been consistent. And even without Kayshon Boutte, all I'm asking for is consistency with the offense, discipline with the defense. The Bucs offense is no joke. Aside from Bucky Irving, they have, oh my gosh, the Oregon receiver that's 143 pounds. Why am I forgetting?
Tez Johnson.
Thank you, Tez Johnson, who's actually been playing quite well, honestly. He's been their downfield threat for them. Reminds me of Tyquan Thornton a little bit. But just stay disciplined on defense, consistency on offense. A player to watch for me is going to be, I posed a question. I didn't really think of it much. I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs. It's a little basic. I know it's basic. No, I
thought you were going to steal mine. I
know it's basic, but hear me out with that Boutte. We need another big game from Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
And he hasn't had a bad game yet as a Patriot. Yes, he has games that he hasn't produced 60, 70 yards, right? He hasn't produced 6 or 7 receptions, but he's still been able to help out blocking or catch a touchdown pass or whatever it may be. But he's going to have another Buffalo-type game in order for the Patriots to win if they don't have Boutte on the field.
Yeah, I'm going to go Marcus Jones. I could see him being lined up on Emeka Egbuka. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that as correctly as I can. And I think I was still probably off.
I think Gronk pronounced it way wrong. At least that sounded.
Oh yeah, he was like Imikia Igwagabuka. Like he just threw in extra syllables, but Emeka Egbuka is closer than what Gronk said at the very least. But between Egbuka, Chris Godwin potentially being back, not that that's really much of a threat in 2025, but Godwin potentially being back, like that's basically the offense. And Tez Johnson, as you said, like those are the receivers. Mike Evans is on IR, McMillan's on IR. And again, Godwin might not even play. He's questionable right now, and he has not played since October 5th. He's only played 2 games this year, September 28th, October 5th. In those 2 games, he's gotten 14 targets, 6 receptions, 52 yards. So probably now that I'm pointing that out, he's going to be like 10 for 10 for 150 and 2 touchdowns. But he's not been a threat this year after the Patriots offered him $30 million a year and he got rejected. But
I remember
that. That's good times. And we ended up with Stephon Diggs because of that. But yeah, I would go Marcus Jones just to kind of stop that wide receiver room from looking too hot and just kind of stopping that offense before they get going.
Absolutely. I am giving the Patriots a win. I'm going to say 32, 28. 32-28.
Okay. Yeah. Vegas has it as.
Wait. What's the over under for this?
Vegas has it 2.5 to Tampa. Tampa minus 2.5.
Is the over under has to be like 55, something crazy.
I'll check it.
Give you a prediction while I check. It's fine.
Okay. I would go Patriots 27, Bucks 23.
Okay.
Actually, I'll go Patriots 30-23. And yeah, I think it'll be hopefully some offensive fireworks after the Patriots offense stalled out a little bit last week against Atlanta. Hopefully the defense also bounces back after really also stalling out a tiny bit. At least they started off well, which you couldn't say in the first many weeks of the season. But
Yeah.
I'm predicting a solid game for the Patriots. I think it'll be a pretty convincing win because Tampa seems to have not fallen off, but hasn't looked quite as hot recently as they did in the beginning of the year.
Yep, that and the over under is 48. So hopefully it's not, again, like I said, a low scoring game. Patriots football has been really fun to watch this season. Hopefully that continues in Tampa. That will be all for Zach and I on this episode, the 50th. It's been a fun one. We've had some references
Big
here.
5-0.
5-0, only 17 more to the big one though.
Oh my God.
16, 17. Oh my God. See, 16. Everything. Anyway, that has been it. We hope you guys have had a good one. And till next week, hopefully. Also, quick little shout out. If you are watching this and you're interested in media or anything like that, Zach.
You're not about to plug your LinkedIn, are you?
No, LinkedIn.
Oh, okay.
No, like don't get ahead of it here. I'm plugging. You had head to toe right now, Senior Bowl. Come to the Senior Bowl in Mobile. Apply for a media credential at the Senior Bowl on Twitter. When you're at it, you can hop on the LinkedIn too. But that will be all.
While you're at it, check out Ben Peltzman's LinkedIn post from earlier today.
Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next episode.
Have a great night, everyone.